Hello everybody, Kevin Sylvester here. If you bought this December issue of The Walrus and you turn to the back, there's Margaret Atwood. If you turn to the back page, you will notice that I wrote a thing on how to make the perfect popcorn. And I was asked to make a video explaining this, sort of a tutorial, and here we go. Alrighty, so as promised, I am going to give everyone a kind of a tutorial about my popcorn piece for The Walrus. And I'll just show you that I pre-popped 3 different types of popcorn. This would be the commercial brand, I won't give the name, let's call it Boerville Smedenklokker. But then this is 2 different versions of my particular favorite, the Amish County Ladyfinger. This is without pre-popping it. You can see that it's kind of yellow and it pops not bad, certainly smaller than this styrofoam giant stuff over here. But if you do pre-pop it, the kernels themselves turn a lovely brown, and this is what it looks like when you actually pop it. And it's nutty, and it's delicious, and it's slightly browned, and it's absolutely perfect. So how do I pre-pop? Well, I will show you. First of all, you can do it in one of these old vintage ones that I mentioned in my walrus piece, and you can see that this is the lid that is indeed cracked and kind of messed up. But I have found that using a pan works better, so I will show you how I do that. So this is essentially what I do. I take a pan like this, and I fill it up with a nice thin layer of the yellowed ladyfingers, and you can see that they're still kind of yellowy in their look, shiny a little bit as well. And I turn it on to about, well, I don't know, medium high, and then I just keep doing this. Put it back on the heat. And what will happen is that they will slowly dry out. So I won't bore you by letting you watch the whole thing, but I will check back in a couple minutes. So this is after a couple of minutes, and you can actually smell that it smells a little bit like roasting corn, and you can see that it's starting to get a little bit less shiny yellow, and some of them are even darkening up a bit. But still a couple more minutes to go. All right, so you can see that a couple of the kernels have actually popped. And so what I do then is, rather than just get rid of them, because they're still not quite as brown as I like them, I just take it, and I put it off the heat, sitting on top of a pan just for a second, off the heat, and that way the heat from the pan is still drying them out, without the kernels themselves either burning or popping. There, another one just popped right there. And then if they keep doing that, I'll just do a little bit more of that, just to keep them off direction. All right, still a couple more minutes to go. So what I've done now is they're sitting in the pan, and they've stopped popping. So now I'm gonna put them back on the heat, just like that. Just a little couple more seconds, or maybe even a minute of finish with the heat back on. It heats up the pan and everything else. And then I will dump them into there, and then we will be done. Back on the pan, or back on the heat. We're just doing a little bit of that, keeping an eye on them, making sure they don't burn, making sure they don't get too brown. Okay, and as soon as they start to crackle a little bit again, that's a good sign that they are now done. So I take them off the heat, and I throw them in a pot like that. And that is how I pre-pop my popcorn. And just to give you another example of what they look like before and after, this is that shiny golden yellow. And this is the kind of the brown stuff that is underneath. And when you pop that, let it cool off, and you pop that in a popper, you get these lovely little brown kernels, not the big ones. And they are delicious. There you go. Thanks for watching.